Kenya produces nearly 200,000 metric tons of mangoes annually, of which only less than 1% is exported. Most of the mangoes are consumed in the domestic market. Demand for high-quality fruit seedlings is on the steady rise in the Kenyan market. This is because more and more Kenyan farmers are turning to fruit farming as a business venture. Mango farming continues to gain popularity in Kenya as there is high demand for fresh juice both locally and in the regional markets.
There are 6 countries in the world that where the vast majority of DIP consumers are. 76% of the DIP consumers of liquid dairy products are in 6 countries: Brazil, China, India, Indonesia, Pakistan, and Kenya. So I can say that in 3 to 5 years, Kenya will be one of biggest customers for us, countries in the world.
To meet this high demand for good quality seedlings, the Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology is producing and supplying seedlings to farmers in different parts of the country.
We have mangoes, we have avocados, we have oranges, we have tree tomatoes, we have grapes, we have apples, we have peach, we have pears, grapes, we have guavas, we have coffee, and these are the main products in a scope of many, including tissue cassia bananas, mushrooms, and aloe vera.
The farmers can find different varieties of mango seedlings depending on their choice.
When I eat the apple mango and plant the same seed, I won't get the apple mango I consumed there before. It will have some slight variations. So I love to do grafting in order to get I will have to go to the farm and get the scion from the plant which I consumed as fruit and I felt is sweet. Then I come and graft on the local indigenous varieties in order to get that sweet variety. In the section we do have various varieties of the seedlings. We have mangoes, we have avocado, passion fruit, papaya, guava, the temperates like apples, peaches, plums. We also have now the oranges and tangerines. Depending on the customer demands, we produce various varieties of such seedlings. Whereby, for instance, when we speak of mangoes, the grafted mangoes, if a client wants the apple mango, we prepare for him or for her Gowe, Tommy Hatkins, Kate, such varieties. Oranges, we have various varieties like now Washington Navel, Valencia, Mineola. But we find that Washington Navel has more demand in the market due to its size and even resistance to any diseases which might affect the seedlings. So we find we tend to advise farmers more on the Washington Navel variety, which normally we know when you invest it will not be in vain.
And because of the high demand for fruits both locally and outside the country, some of the seedlings are exported.
We have been able to export mangoes, avocados, oranges. We've also been able to export temperate fruits, that is grapes, peach, pears, rosemaries, and also guavas and passion fruits.
But it is not just mango farming that the farmers can benefit from. The farmers can grow different varieties of fruits which are equally profitable.
As we have now what we normally call the tropicals and the temperates. For the tropicals now, mangoes, avocado, passion fruit, papaya, oranges, you find that they require a climate which is a little bit drier. For instance, when we speak of mangoes, you find that it will require a period of 3 months dry spell for it to be triggered to do flowering. So basically in most of parts of the country whereby we don't experience the extreme coldness like a place in Limuru, we may say they are okay to grow these fruit seedlings. If it's in the Rift Valley region, Mombasa, Kilifi, Malindi, even if it's in Machakos. So basically farmers should not say, I don't come from the Ukambani region, which they plant mangoes and oranges, because I'm coming from Eldoret, I'm from Kapsabet, my papaya will not perform very well, or my mangoes will not perform very well. So long as your environment is allowing, if it's mangoes, at least 3 months dry spell. But for the other fruit seedlings, provided there is no that extreme coldness, you find the seedlings will perform very well.
Benefits of fruit farming are many. Currently in our country, we have a gap when it comes to the fruit farming. You find a lot of fruits that we have are currently being imported from other countries, and we need to fill that gap. That is where we come in and help in producing certified planting materials to the farmers of this country to promote growth to them, and to ideally make sure that the production is of high quality. That is from the step of planting to the step of harvesting a particular crop.
In areas like Elgeyo Marakwet County, which is renowned for mango farming, there has been a steady increase in production of the fruit. The farmers in the Kerio Valley region of the county have not exploited the full potential of the area, according to the area agricultural officer. The farmers have been advised to plant hybrid varieties for the export market in favor of traditional varieties that are prone to losses.
Get the mangoes. An acre goes for from as less as 160, whereby that's a farmer who is thinking of mechanizing, whereby you use a spacing of 5 meters by 5 meters, to a farmer who is basically going to do it intensively. You find that an acre can occupy 400 plants. Now through that, since they will only take, the mangoes will only take around 2 years to begin bearing, the returns start streaming back to the farmer. But economic bearing, it's from the 4th year onwards. Now maembe, it's a plant which does not, it's not a plant which will only take a lifespan of 5 years. It goes even for 20 years, so long as you encompass the best management practices, whereby you give it mbolea, now the farmyard manure. We prefer and advise farmers to use the farmyard manure, hammer compost. They use less of the synthetic fertilizer, that the DAP, TSP. They move slightly closer to the organic way, because those ones, the fruits, you find that they are of high quality when you get them from when you have used the organic fertilizers.
Kenyan farmers can also exploit the potential in grapefruit farming in Kenya.
Grape farming is a new venture we are trying to educate the farmers to enter into. They need to just stop saying this is only capable by the large scale farmers. Even if you are an individual farmer and you can begin with 100 stems, it's worthwhile doing, because within 18 months you will begin getting your harvest, so long as you observe the climate for the crop. Now the climate for the crop, as I outlined there before, it must be a hotter region. For instance, we know grapes are grown in Ukambani region, the Kwal, Kenya wine agencies. You will find grapes in Naivasha. Now when we try to compare the weather or the climate of the two regions, you find that it's a little bit drier. So a place like Baringo, you will find that they can perform very excellently. And I think we still have other parts of Rift Valley, Kisumu, Siaya.
There is huge potential for farmers, especially in the drier parts of the country.
I think we will be able, the farmer, since I know we work together with the farmer, we don't just take the seedling and ignore you. We make follow-ups. We assist in doing the production. So I know the farmer will get the uttermost output from the crop. Now the quality of the grapes, I'm 100% sure they will be of good quality as those ones we are importing from other countries like Tanzania or South Africa.
Research by agricultural experts has shown that grapes produced locally are better than those being imported into the country.
The farmer will get the uttermost output from the crop. Now the quality of the grapes, I'm 100% sure they will be of good quality as those ones we are importing from other countries like Tanzania or South Africa.
And as farmers diversify to other income-generating crops, efforts are being made to revive coffee farming in the country. The coffee industry is capable of providing jobs for many Kenyans. Coffee seedlings for a variety known as Batian is now available to farmers interested in venturing into coffee production.
Yeah, currently in the company we are producing coffee, basically Batian variety. Why Batian is because of it's resistant to the leaf rust disease. It's a fungal infection. But since we have collaborated with coffee research, they advised us, due to the high demand of coffee seedlings within the country, whereby they said it's around 8 million annually, they are looking at some partners, private partners, who can assist in doing the production. With the Batian, when you plant from the seed to the first production, it normally takes 18 months. You get your first harvest. So when you buy it from us, I know it will have taken around 8 months on site. So on your farm, you are only left with 1 year to beginning harvesting. So long as you have invested, that one means you have to take a substantial amount of the seedlings, because you can't buy, let's say, one seedling, then you expect a lot. For coffee, you have to buy a lot. Now, basically, we are specializing on Batian varieties. It's very high yielding. It's resistant to most of the diseases we have for the coffee. Like now, the worst is now the leaf rust. But this variety is resistant to the disease, and it brings true to type. Because you realize, I've said it, we normally propagate it using the seeds.
Despite high demand for Kenyan coffee in the world market, local farmers are not producing enough for export.
But for coffee, it's true, the Batian, it brings true to type. So when we give the farmers the seedling, they need not to fear. It's not seedlings we have got from the field, whereby you see there are those farmers who are doing the local varieties, like SL 28. So I can't just go and pick those seeds and plant, because I know at the end of the day, the quality when you plant in the field, it will start going downwards after a while instead of increasing. But for the Batian, it goes, as the plant grows, you find that the yields are quite okay. So farmers should not fear saying, hi, coffee is only grown by coffee research. We have already partnered with coffee research, and we are doing our best to provide the seedlings to the farmer. Now, as I said earlier, we work together with the farmer. We assist him or her to establish the orchard, offering the extension services. Not forgetting, we work together with the extension officers from the Ministry of Agriculture. We also consult with the HCDA. At least at the end of the day, we make sure whatever the farmer has invested in the fruit seedlings, or whichever kind of plants materials he or she has got from our company, performs to the best expectation of the farmer.
There are plans to introduce coffee production in the Lake Basin, Tale, Kericho, Siaya, and parts of Western Kenya. For the last 3 years, prices of coffee have been stable compared to the previous years due to high demand of Kenyan coffee in foreign markets.
Parts of the country, they perform the coffee, the information we have from the coffee research, they will perform very well, minimizing the highlands. The coffee does not like acidic soil. It should be slightly acidic, a pH of slightly acidic to basic. So, and then the soil should be at least well draining. Then the weather should be sunny, the same as mangoes. You find that, let's say, most parts of Rift Valley, they will perform. Despite I've not traveled all that far, I know.
Farmers in Kericho, Nandi, and Bomet have also increased coffee production. The farmers have established their own milling factory at Fort Tenan in Kericho County, and this is expected to boost coffee farming in the South Rift region and other parts of Rift Valley. Caroline Tomno, Agriculture in Kenya, CAS TV.